Alright, welcome everybody to the finals. Well, we have the grand final of our North American qualifier for the Enter the Storm, and it starts off with Battlefield of Eternity. The Bob Ross fan club is going up against Team Blank, and we already had quite some nice butcher action earlier in the game, so for now it's Team Blank actually that has the first ban. They just took down the Pandas, Panda Global, which is the new team of the Kappa Wolves, which is pretty cool. But yeah, right now we are having a pretty interesting ban here. Jaina's being banned out, and that surprises me quite a bit because, well, it indicates to me that they are going to start with the Khaldor, or at least they were trying to. It is instead a ban on a Tyrande, and that's a very, very solid now first pick on the side of Team Blank. Oftentimes we still have the situation where you see like Jaina and Khaldor split. Jaina is not really as popular as he was before the scaling patch. Right now it's more the focus on Khaldor, but with a ban on Jaina, you can already tell that Blank either wanted to have a Tyrande or a Khaldor, because those are the two heroes that we see banned out or picked most of the time. But the Bob Ross fan club, they counter with an ETC, and Uther is a possibility for them at this point. So they could go into an Uther here and just say, you know what, we're going to go into that Divine Shielded Mosh Pit, and there it is. And that's apparently something that Team Blank is okay with, interestingly enough. Now, they have a few options of how they can actually counter that. They can use a Muradin here early on, a Sonya. Muradin, Sonya, not necessarily as a dual pick, could happen though, is a solid start into this draft right now. Battlefield of Eternity, a map where you also want to have a little bit of poke, of course. So there's the Sonya. Is it maybe going to be a Tacita, a Muradin? Tacita, Muradin, like both of them would be very, very possible at this point. I wouldn't really mind either one of them, but it's Sylvanas that they go for. Sylvanas is really a hero that is super popular these days again, and if you get the Immortal and then you push in with Sylvanas, I mean, you can do so much damage. So they are trying to just like snowball it from there. Wouldn't be surprised to see for the Bob Ross fan club a ban on Tacita, unless of course they are trying to get Tacita themselves, then it would be something, or Charism even. I mean, Tacita, Charism, healers or just supporters that can give Sonya more sustain in those fights would be something that they should target ban here, probably. It depends a bit on what they want to take as their frontliner, though. For example, if they don't plan on taking a Muradin, then hell, ban out that Muradin here. There's also a Tyrael, of course, in the game. So you need to really think a little bit about what you want to put next to ETC going into these fights. And as Bob Ross fan club has also the next two picks, they basically have a wide array of heroes that they can choose right now, and at the same time also then ban out. So this is quite important. And well, if they don't want to pick the Muradin, ban out the Muradin. If they don't want to pick the Tyrael, ban out the Tyrael. One of the two should definitely go here, or the Tacita. And it is... oh, draft tool is lagging a little bit here. So let's see what they actually like banned out, whereas like Team Blank, of course, now has their own ban as well. And for them it's a little bit similar. It is the Muradin. Muradin has been banned out, so... and the Butcher ban on this part. I could see a Tyrael taken here for the Bob Ross fan club. There's, of course, also, when we're talking about the potential for melee assassin, a Kerrigan to consider. I mean, at this point, you can really branch out if you're Bob Ross. You can go Tacita, Kerrigan for now. They have with Reyna good auto-attack damage dealer. A Tyrael is kind of likely, but it's a Leoric instead. Okay, so Leoric is now being played as the second tank, which gives them pushing power. And talking pushing power, Blank could theoretically even go... no, I don't think they can. They can't really go into the Zagara anymore. Zagara is oftentimes picked on this map for vision, for control of the immortal spots, and the pushing presence. If not for that Sonya, I'd say that Blank could even head into a Zagara and try to play Sylvanas Zagara, but now it doesn't really work, since they need another frontliner, and they of course need still a healer. Charism is a great healer here. Brightwing is good on this map, can be taken. So there's a few options that they have. Charism it is. And as the frontliner, a solo frontliner by the way, Johanna would make sense here. They could go into that Tyrael if they really wanted to. Can negate a whole lot of that damage, but Johanna as a single frontliner is very, very powerful and pretty cool. Sonya, in my personal opinion, is not really a warrior, like a tank. Sonya is a bruiser. She's like more melee assassin style than anything else. So a bit mislabeled in my opinion. And therefore I would probably, personally, I would go towards that Johanna. But then Tyrael is also extremely strong and can be used here. There's a few others that you can really think about as well. It's a matter of personal preference as well as team composition. And the Bob Ross fan club can, of course, react to it a bit with the second damage dealer that they can take. If it's like a really heavy frontliner, they can think about going into a false stat that has the mobility on the map and also like put pressure on with a giant killer build. Reina can go for a very similar build if he doesn't go for double barreled on level 13 and then 16 with his bullseye. But Blank is, well, they're drawing a blank here, duh. Trying to figure out what they are going to use on their front line next to Sonya. I mean, in theory, nah, you're not going to pick the Tassadar here for like Vision or anything and play Sonya solo. Nah. Sonya as a solo warrior is, in my personal opinion right now, a bit tricky. It's a Diablo. Now that is going to be interesting. Diablo is great. I like him. With the Tyrande, I absolutely love him. With the burst damage, he is... Whoa, what? And Nova against it. Alright, this is going to be really cool. Mosh pit into Nova incoming. This is going to be really fun. But that Diablo is still a bit surprising to me. So is the Nova, to be honest with you. Nova can actually, in this scenario, really sneak into the backline and try to get that damage in. So she's a little bit more popular these days, and I'm loving it. I love to see Novas in play, especially with that new gathering power that we now have. But Diablo is an interesting pick, because keeping him alive with the Sonya only being around to assist him at the front line is not going to be too easy. And there's no stun chain that he can initiate. And he has still a fair amount of damage, but I feel this is a very, very interesting pick. And I'm curious to see what they're going to try and do with it. Because right now, I'm not so sure if that Diablo is really going to be able to leave a big impression in the game. As is, though, we're going to jump into game number 1 of our grand final here at the Enter the Storm North America. Let's check out who's going to take it, Diablo or Nova. The finals have started, ladies and gentlemen, and they have started with a bang. We have a pretty cool draft here for both of the teams. The Bob Ross fan club is going up against Team Blank in a best-of-3 series at the Enter the Storm North America. And to the left side, it's McIntyre and Leoric. And yes, you don't need to go to the doctor. You don't need new glasses. No, it's Arthelon on Nova and Kenma on Uther. Zuna is playing Reina and Erho on ETC. It's a pretty cool setup here. And Nova, of course, she is getting a bit more popular. We've seen her in a few scenarios. We've seen her before DreamHack. We've seen her at DreamHack. And they are going up against the setup of Team Blank with Biceps on Kalthas, Shot on Sylvanas, Araragi chose Diablo, Games Chess on Karazem, and Krage on Sonya. So there's a lot to talk about when we're looking at these setups. We already analyzed it, of course, a bit during the draft. But Nova has a lot of targets that she can really try and put pressure on. Especially Kalthas and Sylvanas are going to be important here. It's also a little bit of interest to see what level 4 talent is going to be played, because that new gathering power is absolutely amazing. The amount of damage that you can get if you do not die is incredible. 30% extra damage in the later stages of the game after you got involved in a few kills. Hell yeah, I'm gonna take that. But of course, survivability in that case is absolutely everything. You have to really play a passive game. The ambush snipe on level 1 is a no-brainer. It's still the preferred talent to take here. And they're already starting to jump in. Zuna is being attacked here and they want to take him down on his Reina. But he moves away and Games just barely dashing away with his Karazem, making sure that he doesn't die yet either. With a wind taken on level 1 for Sylvanas, and as both of them are still fighting, we're seeing Devil's Due taken, no soul fees. A bit of an adjustment, but again, the fight against Arthelon, and yeah, Nova does not have the hit point pool to survive this. So great kill already. Diablo overall is a risk. Diablo choosing him here is definitely a risk. They had other heroes that they could have gone for. They could have gone for Tyrael. They had the opportunity to go into Johanna. They chose Diablo. A tank that can dish out a ton of damage and has very reliable CC, but has the problem that he also gets focused down really fast, especially in the later stages of the game. But if you can really get the pressure in with him, then he can be amazing. So it's a risk that they run here, since there's not really a lot to combo off with it. Normally if you see a Diablo, it's a Diablo Tyrande combo, a Diablo maybe even an Uther for an additional stun, or any kind of other hero that can really like use that stun initiation that he has, and that's something that they're going to try and use. Only the Gravity Lapse is available for Biceps. But it's also something that can snowball, and that's of course what Araragi is going to try and do here. Arthelon is attempting to stay alive. In this case, it didn't really matter since he didn't have level 4 for gathering power yet. And once again, we have the focus on Uther. And they are actually starting to make a couple of positioning mistakes here. Great move by Araragi and a good kill. Second kill thanks to Diablo. They have the damage output for sure, so you need to be careful where you position yourself. But then again, in the early game, that's where Diablo usually is very, very strong because of that initiation and those stuns. And it's the later stages of the match where he is starting to fall a bit off if he gets focused properly. And that is one of these things that we're probably going to see happen soon enough. Divine Palm should be the talent taken on level 10 for Karazhan, because he will really need it to keep Diablo and also Sonya alive. I don't really feel that going into a 7-sided strike would help the team as much as having that panic button ready to keep one of the heroes alive. We have on level 4 now, of course, Gathering Power, and those extra 30%, if you get them, that is absolutely amazing. But of course, first of all, you have to be able to keep your Nova alive for long enough, and she is going to be one of the priority targets for Aragi, and we can tell already, since he is going straight for her. But Aragi about to die, and that is the first percentile damage for Arthalon, but he is taken down by Karazhan. Karazhan then dying himself, but of course that once again means 0% extra damage for Nova. Biceps also falling. He has no chance of escape here. They are onto him, and that is now kill number 3 on the side of the Bobros Fan Club. We have the Immortal at the bot lane defeated against, but in this case it's level 6 versus level 6. A pretty fun start into the game actually, with an interesting level 4 talent now as well, and I love it. So at this point we're having Foresight taken for Karazhan, so you can actually like reveal an area around him, and of course that is going to make Arthalon's play very difficult. I mean, it's going to make his life a living hell, because Nova is relying so heavily on her stealth in this scenario, especially with such an aggressive Diablo pick, that she will try to just sneak in from behind, and having that vision reveal from Karazhan is definitely not going to help her at all to stay alive and maintain these Gathering Power stacks. Besides that, we have on level 1 for Reyna, no Seasoned Marksman. You probably picked up on that already, since we saw an attack against him in the earlier stage of the match. So he went for Give Me More. We have Heart and Bones for Leoric after the reanimation on level 1. Already Arthalon rushing away here, since Game Chess and Aragi are currently in the middle. That Karazhan pick is really working out for them. Level 7 now for both of the teams, and that puts the Fission Bombs into the hands of Khaldor. We're having the Ferocious Healing, Echo of Heaven, Battle Momentum for Aragi, who went for Fire Devil. And look at that, it's the Shade form taken here. Wow, stealth in one of the competitive games, not something that you see too often. Nice adjustment, especially of course against Nova. Then again, oh, here comes already the battle for that particular camp. They're starting to move in. Aragi is so low. McIntyre is trying to take him out here and could succeed. They're going in for the kill, but they take out Sylvanas first, and that's a double kill. And that's 4% extra damage for Arthalon already. And it might not even be the end of it, since they're starting to go in against the rest of the team. But Chess darts back. Here he gets attacked. Arthalon is on his way. He's going to try to get that snipe in. And there we have it. 6% extra damage already on Arthalon. Job well done by them. On a level 7, it was of course the anti-armor shells that have been taken here. Paralyzing Rage for Leoric. And we're seeing as the level 7 talent for Uther, Cleanse, Revolution Overdrive for Reyna, and the Loudspeakers, as already the Bob Ross fan club is going straight in for the Immortal again. The halftime show has started. The two are going up against each other. And up against Khaldor, this is where we're seeing the most of Bob Ross headed, but they are going straight into the middle again, because Khaldor already, his Spire senses were tingling. He knew that something was on there, so they already moved back. At this point, we have already the attempt, to go for that Immortal again. That would be a nice kill if they can make that happen. Right now, they have even experienced it. Aragi is low again, and Suna nearly taking him down, pushing him back for now at least, but they go for Sonya, and they get another kill. And that is 8% extra damage now on Arthalon. He was involved in 4 kills. They have 7 in total here now. So 8% extra damage is already pretty solid. Nova will have to make sure that she doesn't die here, and tries to go for the snipe. Nah, gets the snipe in, but not against Diablo, and he is trying to take down Uther, and he successfully finishes that job. But already Leoric is on him, and Arthalon was again present. So that's 10%, 12% extra damage for Arthalon. He is going to get a ton of damage out there now. The talent got changed. Oh, that's 14% of extra damage for Nova. The talent got changed in the last patch, and if you can stay alive, then you are in an amazing position to dish out damage. Makes it even worth to sometimes just like fall back early on in a battle, because as you can imagine, once you get those 30% extra damage, you are just a monster. You are God amongst man. And there we have it. Precision Strike and Entomb plus Mosh Pit. Just imagine that for a second. Entomb plus Precision Strike or the Mosh Pit taking your pick. This is going to be great. And even the single target damage on Zuna now. He already took Reyna's Raiders earlier today once. We had after that then, oh, here he comes! Moshpit into Precision Strike, they go for the next kill. And that is again a ton of extra damage right now for Nova. She's at 16% extra damage if I'm not mistaken. Level 11 versus level 9. It's 12 kills against 4. Just to give you a bit of an idea of what we're talking here when we're talking damage. Nova is currently at 16,000, which is pretty solid. 17,000 on Reyna. Of course, that's going to increase. And here comes a great move on the side of McIntyre. They drop Diablo, and now they might even get a kill against Krajon and Sonya. And they don't. Leoric actually in this case is the one who dies first, but that was very, very well done here. Once again, 2 level ahead. Oh, and they get one more kill. They now take down Sonya, and they nearly got Karazim too, but he dashed away in the last second. Well played here. Finally, the level 10s already on board with the heroic abilities for Team Blank. But at this point, we have to keep already at half HP. Great moves that we're seeing from the Bob Ross fan club. Level 12.5 versus level 10. They are playing this extremely well. And the burst damage that we're now seeing from the Bob Ross fan club is, of course, insane. We have Apocalypse taken. I mean, we've talked about it at the beginning a bit. If there's maybe like an option for them to go for Apocalypse, there's not really too much that really combos off with the talent, but that's a problem that they have in general. So Apocalypse, Wailing Arrow, we have Phoenix, Wrath of the Berserker, and Karazim. I personally still think that the Divine Palm would be the better move, but they decide to go into the 7-sided strike. With all of these aggressive single target damage skills that we have for the opponent's team, I really feel that Panic Button would have done a lot for them. But for now, we're already looking at, yes, Crushing Hope has been taken here. They go in against ETC, they try to get the kill, and here's of course Game. Just 7-sided strike has been used, but Erho just simply moves out, and now McIntyre and the rest of the team are starting to hunt Diablo. And Araragi is getting a bit low. Nova is not really with the team yet, and they go for that kill. And of course she's here once more, and that is even more damage for her. She's close to the 30% now if they get that kill against Sonya, which they don't, but it's still a very, very solid damage boost at this point. 15 kills against 5. And as I said, not really a fan of that 7-sided strike. I really feel they get a lot more value out of the Divine Palm considering how much single target burst we see for the Bob Ross fan club. They go, look at Biceps alone. I mean, Biceps is just like there. They take some damage from Nova and they drop so fast here. So at this point, we're seeing, of course, also the lethal decoy taken. And as we said before, Nova needs to make sure that she doesn't die right now. She's a priority target at this point, because if she dies, she loses all of the Gathering power stacks. And that's why they are hunting her down as we speak. But it's still level 13 talent versus a level 10s. The kill against Leoric. Yeah, they get that one, but the problem is that we have another mosh pit interrupted, but Diablo's still dead. And Nova is just getting more and more damage in the game. She can, of course, also try, well, she doesn't even have to use Precision Strike anymore for the keep. It's already down. But that's, of course, one of the things that she can, in the later stages of the game, always add to the entire pressure that they're building up here now, too. We have Relentless Leader as a level 13 talent taken for good old Reyna, and we're seeing the groupies, even without the prog rock. A little bit of extra sustain for the team, thanks to Erho. ETC is a buddy. He's not like one of these guys that only thinks about himself. No, he's a team player. Talking damage here, once again, Nova currently looking at 27,000 damage and 31,000 for Reyna. Nova moving in, they're trying to get the kills here once more. Arthelon playing it better safe than sorry, and there goes, yeah, well, that's a double kill right there. Sylvanas and Sonya are down, and Arthelon is having a field day at this point. I mean, every single shot that he dishes out is doing so much work right now. And that's, of course, something that especially Team Blank can't be happy about at all. I mean, the death count, 18 versus 6 kills. It couldn't really be worse for them. We have level 13s not ready for them yet either, and that means that this Immortal is going to end up in the hands of the Bob Ross fan club, of course. Up at the top lane, it's McIntyre against Araragi, Leoric versus Diablo, and down here, it's just another fight. Yeah, here comes again the 7-sided strike, and goodbye, buddy. Well, more damage for Arthelon. He's at his 30 stack, so will be any second now. And this is, of course, absolutely beautiful for a Nova player. As long as he is safe with his positioning and make sure that he doesn't die, he is a constant threat for any hero that is being caught on the map. Here comes the level 13 talents now, but what does it matter? They even wait with the Immortal. Wow. They wait with the Immortal until Nova is back to save a bit more time. Here comes the Chain Bomb now, a double Spell Shield. Who can blame them for the Spell Shield now? With that Nova being around and doing so much damage, you need that Spell Shield. Ragi here is in need of, well, Nova should probably not go too aggressive at this point. After Fire Devil, we saw the Fire Storm now, and Arthalon is already moving in. Oh, Nova actually stunned out by the Apocalypse, moving away, but gets healed immediately by Kenmai. Divine Shield has already been used, and here comes the Precision Strike. Doing a bit of damage, but not as much as intent. But look at that damage against Sonya! Already Kel'Thas is dead, Sonya is about to fall, and here comes the 7-sided strike against Kenma. In the back line, there is, well, Karazim, and there's just Arthalon trying to take him down. Oh, beautiful decoy, blocking the path even, and that's another kill. Arthalon with a 30% damage now, and he is doing so much work here. This isn't even funny anymore. This is just a slaughter. The crippling shot on level 16 has now also been taken for him. We are seeing next to the Paralyzing Rage, the renewed swing. We have 23 kills now against 6, level 17 against 13. Guys, I've said it before and I say it again, if you have children watching this game, then make sure that you please escort them out of the room, because this is just absolutely brutal to watch. They are getting annihilated. I mean, the Reckoning is not even claiming half of it. Krajé is already about to die again. Arthalon moves in once more. The damage on Nova by now, 47,000. That is going to be absolutely insane. And this is, of course, Game. I mean, Game just already putting it down there. GG already called, and this is just the end of it. 4-level lead, 28 kills against 7, and that game was dominated by the Bob Ross fan club. They played a great first match here. They take down Kel'Thas once again. They don't hit the 30 just yet. This is the lead for them in the best of 3 series here at the grand final of the Enter the Storm North America. Alright everybody, game number 2, we have the Towers of Doom picked by Team Blank. Apparently they are trying to be a little bit sneaky here, and I kind of like that. Bob Ross fan club, they might not be prepared for this one. It's the newest map that we have from Blizzard, the Halloween map, and this is going to be pretty sick, because I personally didn't expect to see it here today. And now Bob Ross fan club ban out Tyrande first. Blank with a ban on Abathur, so I suppose that Blank really knows the map a lot better than the Bob Ross fan club. At the beginning of the tournament, the Bob Ross fan club wasn't even aware that the map is able to be picked, and they banned it out ever since. But now, with the loser's choice, after losing the first map, we have Team Blank going straight for the Towers of Doom. And to me, that kind of indicates that they already have some experience on the map, and they want to just like try and snowball that a bit against their opponents here, and then force map number 3. ETC as a first pick for the Bob Ross fan club is already an interesting choice, considering that Kel'Thas is available. Kel'Thas Uther would be good for Blank now, if they want to play with the Kel'Thas here, but I feel at least the Uther is a hero that they should probably pick away from the Bob Ross fan club. Kel'Thas Uther would be a very solid start for them. There's a couple of other options that they of course have. They also showed a bit. There's the Kel'Thas, and I suppose Uther is going to be the next pick. At least it would make the most sense. Then again, they allowed Uther and ETC already earlier today, so maybe they're okay with that and feel that they are good enough to dodge these mosh pits and make sure that ETC doesn't really get an ult in that is good enough to wreck the entire team. And they do! They go for Jaina and Kel'Thas. Now, that's incredibly interesting to me, because normally you see most of the teams rely on one of the cooldown heroes and then also add a little bit of auto attack damage in, since, well, Jaina and Kel'Thas, they have first of all the problem that Tyrael is incredibly good against them with Sanctification. I could see Tyrael being picked up right now, because I personally think that either Blank is going to pick him away or ban him out if that's not the case. And also, you are very heavily relying on your cooldowns. So most of the teams try to mix that up a little bit. Have a bit of an auto attacker in there, have then also like a hero that can do the cooldown damage like a mage, like Jaina or Kel'Thas. But both of them on the same side, not something that you see too often. Uther, as expected now, for Team Bob Ross fan club. Is it going to be the Tyrael? I mean, of course, theoretically, you are thinking about going into something different at this point. You're thinking about adding a little bit of damage. You could go into a Sonya. You could drop like a range damage dealer. There's the Reyna to consider, for example. But then again, against this setup, Sanctification is amazing, but they go for a Kerrigan super early. All right, Team Stun is in play. Kerrigan, Uther, ETC already committed to. That is a very early commitment to a Kerrigan, but I like that. Divine Shield is not only great for ETC, it's also pretty amazing for Melee Assassin. We've seen the Butcher and also Thrall today, so right now we have a Kerrigan to just like round things off. And yeah, what is Blank gonna ban out here? They ban Nova. The Nova respect ban is happening. If you think about it, they have already two damage dealers that are very low HP, and they're apparently very impressed with what Arthalon was doing in the last game. So Muradin is banned out by Bob Ross as just to make sure that they don't have a heavy frontliner there. Yeah, and after that Diablo pick in the last game, I'm a little bit curious to see what Blank is going to try and do here. I mean, we have, of course, some hit point heavy tanks still available. Johanna is one of them, but it's more than that. But yeah, still, that Tyrael is still an option, also against all these stuns that we're seeing from the Boss Ross fan club. Like, trying to negate that lockdown from Kerrigan alone is something that Tyrael can do very well if he does it right. So, for now, this setup needs definitely someone at the front line who can mess with this a bit. Because Jaina has good damage, Kalthas has solid damage, but they still need someone who can make sure that both of them are not getting jumped, because we all know that they are priority targets, and that's already what that Nova ban is catering towards, because Blank is basically saying, these guys are squishy, we need something to keep them alive, and well, the first thing that we need to do is ban out more burst damage, because our opponent already has a sick amount of stun. What? No way! They go for Cho'Gall! Guys, we have Cho'Gall on Towers of Doom. You gotta be kidding me. This is the second time that we see Cho'Gall being played. And how is Bob Ross going to react to that? I mean, come on, give me at least one auto attack damage dealer that has the opportunity to go for Giant Killer. At least that. But wow, I can't believe this is going on. Jaina, Kalthas, Cho'Gall. I mean, think about like how much damage Gull is going to put in with, like, we've seen that the last time when Tuog was playing the hero, and now we have Jaina and Kalthas as well. This is like so much damage here. There's Reyna. This is going to be a giant killer build right there. And like, as much as I love seeing the hero right now, with all that stun that we see, and now the single target damage coming out, boy, are you going to be in a lot of trouble. Sylvanas for the silence now as well. Wow, I can't believe what's going on here right now. This is crazy. Cho'Gall is gonna have a tough time, I feel. So much stun and control, and then also the single target damage thanks to Reyna. Sylvanas can put the silence in now too. Whoa, this is going to be nasty. What is Blank gonna do as their last pick? I mean, we're talking about like a healer at this point, right? I mean, they have to play with a healer. Because at this point, I don't trust these guys anymore at all. This is awesome. I mean, charism can really be sweet, but not. Yeah, there it is. Charism, guys. It is Tower. Okay, Towers of Doom. We have Cho'Gall, and okay, I'm in heaven. It's my birthday, definitely my birthday, and Christmas, and Easter, and wasn't it just Thanksgiving? Whatever. Guys, we are going to go into map number 2, and then finally here at the Enter the Storm. We are going to have a fun one. Either way, no matter how this ends, it's going to be good. So guys, let's jump into game number 2. Alright guys, I'm not quite sure what I should say here, because this game is going to be a blast, and no matter how it ends. We have not only Towers of Doom, we have Cho'Gall now as well. It's a crazy draft. Towers of Doom has been chosen as the map after Blank lost the first game on Battlefield of Eternity. And now here at the end of the Storm Finals, we see to the left side McIntyre on Kerrigan, Arthalon on Reyna, Kenman Uther, Zuna on Sylvanas, and Erho and ETC. And look at that spell damage on the side of their opponents. Shot on Gal, Araragi on Cho. We have Biceps on Kalthas. And if that wasn't enough already, we have Kraje on Jaina and Karazim system is playing games chess. This is an insane draft. It's crazy. Our shot has been confirmed. And, well, this is going to be absolutely brutal. Remember the last game that we actually saw that 2Arc was playing Cho'Gall. The spell damage out of Gall was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Big pressure, by the way, at the top lane to start things off here. And we have so much spell damage here. And look at this. This is basically a race. They're trying to go for these towers. And, of course, the more towers you control, the better for you in the game. It's a very different map from all the other maps that we have in the match. McIntyre starting to move in. All the CC that we're seeing on the side of them is already going great for Cho'Gall, and it's the kill. Oh, that's really what I was a bit afraid of when I saw that draft. I mean, we have the stun on Uther, ETC, Kerrigan as well. Okay, Gall's AFK, by the way, now. Apparently a little bit salty with Cho. But yeah, so level 1, we have Blazing Bulwark once again. So that's, there has been a bit of a focus also with the 2Arc in general. When we're talking about, like, we have actually, like, Spurred Onward. It's pretty funny that he shares the talent icons with Brightwing, which is very, very interesting here. That's always one of the fun things when we're looking at these new heroes. And again, the lockdown, and there is the problem that you have with Cho'Gall in this game. So much lockdown, and the second kill already against the hero. This is really what I'm a bit afraid of, because not only that, but also Arthalon can of course go for a Giant Killer build on his Reyna up level 13, and that is going to push so much damage out against Cho'Gall in particular. And they go again for a kill. The rotations on the map on the side of Team Bobros Fan Club are absolutely insane right now. They get another kill, and that's 5 kills already overall. And look at the adjustments that we are seeing for Reyna. He already went on level 1 into Season Marksman. And if you've been following the tournament today, then you know that this is the first time that they chose Season Marksman first. Biceps is most likely going to fall here too. They got the kill against Sylvanas, but Biceps still falls. It's a 1-for-1. Sylvanas gets flanked here, but still is able to get a kill in herself. What a play here already. Absolutely insane start. And here we have, of course, still the attempt to channel, but interrupted. Trying to go for the shots. Shots literally not fired because we have the interrupt, and Cho'Gall is starting to move in. Arthalon has to be a bit careful. So far, we have, of course, no shots fired at all, but we have these two already up. And here comes the stun combo again, but Araragi is moving away. He gets locked down, but this time he actually escapes, and they are putting out the damage. Kenma super low. In comes Cho'Gall. They're trying to take them on now. Zuna low. Arthalon as well. Both of them need to somehow survive this great penetration round, by the way, by Arthalon pushing away, and all of them still survive. And here comes Biceps. They're trying to get their shots in, and there we go. 4 of them already fired at the same time. Now once again the moving against Ara. Yeah, they can't lock him down now. So in case that you didn't really know how exactly this map works, we have, of course, here these things get activated, the Towers of Doom, of course. We have at the same time now the control in the map. You don't really destroy the forts in this game. You actually take control of those. And the more that you control, if you take the objective, shots are fired against your opponent's core, and you can already see how many hit points are remaining at the top. 32 against 40. So this is just like a quick overview if you haven't seen the map at all yet. So you can't actually attack the opponent's core directly. You have to make it happen over the objective. Cho'Gall dead again, and the lockdown is definitely his biggest problem here. Siphoning runes have now been taken for the Runic Blast for the heals here. We have also the Rune Gauntlet now taken for Gall at the same time. So with the attacks here. And, but actually the other way around. Sorry, my bad. Mixing the portraits up here for a second. And already the attack over here with the extra camps that have been taken. Suicide camps in this case. So level 7, it's actually like really difficult at this point to really keep up with everything is happening, because we already have so many talents with new heroes in here. We have aggression, we have lockdown. Cho'Gall is starting to move in here again. We have currently the move up against Arthalon, and they're trying to take him down, but he escapes. But the lockdown against Kel'Thas, he is about to die, and so does Jaina as the penetrating round of Arthalon hits. Cho'Gall moving away here. Gall at this point is going for double trouble in this case. Now the Shadow Flame bonus with the and we have at the same time once more Fire Eater here for the Consuming Blaze, and again our shot is being attacked here. They're trying to lock him down, and we have level 7 for both of them now, with again the altar spawning in another 5 seconds here. Here comes the damage. Ara shot moving away. The problem, of course, is look at the damage that we're already having on their side. 11,000 damage for Gal, which is absolutely crazy here, but Reyna has 15,000 himself. But of course, so far that game has been going pretty well for Team Bobros Fan Club. They control currently 3 of the Towers of Doom and could get that volley in if they get the altar channel, but they can't really move in for it just yet. Here we go once again with an attempt at the bot lane, going straight for it, but nobody has really claimed it yet. Zuna gets healed in the last second and actually survives. They're going for Cho'Gall again, lock him down, and there's the kill. Game Chess is trying to get away, and he might be able to escape this one, but of course they're losing out on the objective again, and that's another 4 shots that are going to be fired. This time actually for the Bobros Fan Club, because so far they have actually lost 8 of the hit points of their core already. So it's 32 against 36 right now. They're going again for the camps on the map. We have 12 kills against 1. There's of course always a double kill on Cho'Gall, but still, that's a pretty... Oh, what? Yeah, not quite sure what Karazhan was thinking here. Probably was trying to like dash away, but that didn't really work out for him either. It's once again the single target damage. That focus on the Banshees is something that we've seen from the Bobros Fan Club a couple of times now already, and against Cho'Gall it makes a whole lot of sense to do that. Divine Shield, Maelstrom, Wailing Arrow, Mosh Pit, and Divine Shield of course itself, so great, not only for ETC with the potential Mosh Pit, but also for Kerrigan. And now we have level 11 versus level 8. And the last time that we saw Cho'Gall when 2Arc was playing him, he successfully took down the opponent's team in the late game. In the early game, they had some trouble, but not as much trouble as Team Blank is currently having, because they are... This is like the second reckoning. I mean, at this point, they might still be ahead when it comes to the hit points on their core. But in general, when you look at the kill count, for example, 13 against 1. Cho'Gall being attacked again, flanked by 5, and of course going to be dropped here. This is not the game that you really want to see. Down to the bot lane, another tower has been claimed. And that means now, of course, that we are having the Bobros Fan Club in possession of 4 extra Towers of Doom, not including the core itself, which of course fires a shot too, if you channel that altar. And the next altar should actually be activated very soon here. So that would already drop the core of the opponent even faster, and they're not even happy with taking the one at the bot lane, where we see Kel'Thas attempting to take it down now too, and claim it for Team Blank. But in the mid lane, another one is now attacked as well. Altar spawning in 28. You can see that now that the altar has been taken out, it's going to be channeled for the blue team. And of course, over here we also have the boss on the map. There's one available. I really love the graphics, by the way, of this map in particular. But the mechanics are kind of fun. They're very, very different from what you usually see on this map. Level 10s now also taken. And, well, we're talking about the 10s, but Cho'Gall is attacked being once again. Arshad has to be careful. We're seeing them now with the upheaval and also the Shadow Bolt volley, and they're using that already, but the ETC Mosh Pit is locking Cho'Gall down. He dies. He was so close to taking down Uther, but this is a triple kill, a quad kill, and it's a team wipe. The entire team is taken out, and already we see Uther going for the channel at the altar, so that's going to be another 5 hits against the core of the red team, already rushing in, as you can see, and they are currently at 26. That was a brutal wave that we just like saw coming in here. Very well done, and it's absolutely destroying them. I mean, it's level 13 versus level 10. Cho'Gall doesn't really have the impact that they were hoping for. They have now, as I already said, the Shadow Bolt volley taken on Gall, and for Cho, they are currently running this with the upheaval. So we're having a Phoenix, Divine Palm, and also the Water Elemental taken. But now another one of these is being taken now. Another tower has been claimed. 13 talents. It is Giant Killer. And I mean, Giant Killer against Cho'Gall, there's nothing better than that. Look at how much damage he already takes. Oh my god. And it's another kill. No, it's a Divine Palm, but it doesn't really matter. He's gonna die eventually. That's the kill that we've been waiting for. And they are jumping in again, and they are completely wrecking face right now. They take down Jaina. Just look at the damage that we have on Reyna alone. 29,000. 20,000 damage, by the way, on Gall. He is an amazing damage dealer when it comes to the spell damage. But they are running with a full spell damage team here with not a single auto attack damage dealer, and it's not working out for them. Once again, tower after tower falls and is under the control of the blue team, and they don't need much longer to really end this game. If the altars spawn again, the way that they are currently dominating the map is absolutely brutal. 7 kills against Cho'Gall, 3 kills against Kel'Thas, Karazhan, and Jaina. An absolutely incredible performance here from the Bob Ross fan club. They have played an amazing tournament, and it has been a pleasure to watch them here. But of course, the combo that we're seeing here for the red team is pretty fun as well. And I mean, last time, once that we had the level 13, 16 talents coming in, Cho'Gall really unfolded a whole lot of his potential. Even in the last fight, I mean, the Shadow Ball volley nearly took down Uther, so if you are able to get that in and you dodge that mosh pit, there is definitely a potential that they can try and take one of these team fights. This can still turn. It's still level 15 versus 12. I mean, that's a 3-level lead. I mean, I'm not denying that there's a massive lead right now for the Bob Ross fan club. If you have a team ahead with 22 kills, it would be kind of silly. But they have an opportunity to come back into this still if they get the potential up. But here's the shots once again fired and hitting the core. It's at 17 right now. And here comes that fight. Maybe finally a move. No. Jaina is dead. And here comes the mosh pit. Cho'Gall is about to die. They kill Sylvanas at least. But Cho'Gall is down. Game Chess dashes away in the last second, but Kerrigan wants him, and no, can't get the kill in. But yeah, this is going to be another tower peak. 26 kills against 2, and they are just taking the game at this point. We have now the Dread Shield taken. I mean, can you blame him? The shield is going to be important. Karazim is down. Molten Block is taken. And that's actually like something that can keep them maybe a little bit longer alive during these fights, because it's just such an amazing talent to have if you need more survivability. And if you just look at the death counter here, survivability is definitely what's key at this point. There's also improved ice block, so Jaina is basically having the same thought process. And now that the chain bombs are in play, maybe they can get a couple of kills. The big problem is still that level 16 talent. I mean, we're talking 16 against 13 now. That's not only a 3-level lead, that's an extra talent that you have over your opponent again. And Cold Embrace, guess who's gonna eat that? I mean, yeah, of course, that's gonna be the talent that is being dropped on Cho'Gall immediately. By the way, Barb shot the level 1 talent on Sylvanas. There was so much going on in the early game, we didn't even have a chance to talk about all the talents in this game. So, yeah, right now we have already the move up at the top lane, and yes, that's the tunnels are opening right now. Okay, so we're going into the next stage of the match here. We have already here at the same time the mercenary is pushing in. They can actually, oh, top lane damage, and once again the jump. Are they going to go for a show? There's already the Cold Embrace as mentioned. Raiders are going straight for Cho'Gall. No kills just yet, but they're really zoning them out quite well. But the Phoenix is of course also doing a pretty decent job for it. And this time, actually, you can really see that now, at least in this last fight, the damage against the Bob Ross fan club was quite serious. I mean, they were able to do a solid amount of work here and push them back early on. Haven't won the fight yet or anything, but at least they're able to be a bit more aggressive, even without that level 16 talent, but that lockdown against him. Molten Block has been activated, but now he is going to get Divine Palm. Good job by GameShift, but can they actually get away? He runs into the mosh pit. Great play by Erho. And it's again a triple kill. Cho and Gall are down, so is Karazim, and Kel'Thas dies as Kraj is the only survivor, and he is rushing away here. In terms of damage, we have 48,000 now for Reyna. Giant Killer, of course, is absolutely amazing when you can use against Cho'Gall. I mean, it's that double hero, and all these talents that are really going for percentual damage, like Karazim with a 7-sided strike, Giant Killer, all these things are amazing against him. It's like direct counterplay. Just look at this massive volley that is now coming in. I mean, this is nearly lights out what we're seeing now on the side of Team Blank. They are already down 1 game in the best of 3 series, and it's not looking pretty for them. Not at all. They are at 11 hit health points on their core against 32. 11 lives if you so want. And up at the top lane, there's of course the desperate attempt by Team Blank to get some control of these Towers of Doom. And, well, there it is already. 3 points left, that's all. And at this point, let's see what we're having. Yeah, that's actually like another shot that has just now been fired. So we are at 2 points, and they're starting to move in at the top lane again, because that boss, of course, would finish them off. That would give them the rest. They're dashing in, trying to turn it around with a level of 16 talents. Now we're going to talk about them in a second. Molten Core on the point. I'm loving it, but it might not be enough. Nope. He is down once again, and the rest of the team is just getting destroyed as we speak. This is going to be the end of it. They didn't even pick their level talents. They didn't apparently have the time to do it. And the core is already down, has been destroyed here. That fun map, first time playing, and well, it is game over. GG, and a 2-0 victory for the Bob Ross fan club at the North America qualifier.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is GG and the end of another series here on Color TV with Heroes of the Storm.
So once again, we have another video finished, and I hope that you enjoyed the commentary and that you liked the game, of course, as well. It was a pleasure casting the match for you. And if you guys really enjoyed it, then make sure that you give that video a thumbs up on YouTube. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, feel free to do that too. If you have friends that are interested in Heroes of the Sports esports scene, then definitely recommend the channel to them, or just show them the video if they want to see like a bit how the pros are drafting here, especially of course when it comes to the North American scene, European scene. And I mean, these days we even have a couple of Chinese games on the channel here, so I hope that you enjoy that as well. That being said, thank you very much for watching again. I'm going to see you guys next time with more Heroes of the Storm content here on the channel. Have a great day and enjoy your week, and see you soon. Bye bye.